Alright, Chiefs Kingdom. Let's talk about the newest name joining our defensive end room, Janarius Robinson. Now, some of y'all are probably thinking, wait, who? Fair question, but by the end of this video, I promise you'll have an opinion on whether he deserves a Real shot in KC or not. So let's get into it. Janarius Robinson came out of Florida State with legit buzz. 6 feet 5 inches, 260 pounds, long arms, explosive burst, and raw athleticism. Basically, the prototype edge rusher NFL scouts drool over. That's why the Minnesota Vikings used a 4th-round pick on him in 2021. He wasn't a finished product, but he had the physical tools and flashed bend around the edge. Scouts believed with the right coaching, this guy could be special. How much weight do you put on college tape when evaluating a guy like Robinson? Does raw talent still matter if it hasn't shown up yet in the NFL? Drop your thoughts below. Backhand index pointing down. Back at FSU, he wasn't a stat monster, but he was disruptive. His scheme didn't do him many favors either. So the sack numbers? Whatever. The potential? Still very real. But here's where things hit a wall. Robinson missed his entire rookie season in Minnesota with a leg injury. That's huge. Rookie year is when most young players start building NFL habits and earning real reps. Then in year 2, he spent most of the season on the Vikings practice squad. No real snaps. No film. Just grinding in the shadows. In September 2022, the Eagles picked him up, and you think, okay, here's the shot. But nope. Didn't play a single down in Philly. Not one. At this point, he's 2 full years into his NFL career and still waiting to actually play. Was it bad timing, or was he just not showing enough in practice? Fast forward to 2023, the Raiders sign him. Finally, in Week 12, Robinson makes his NFL debut against the Chiefs of all teams. Over the next 2 seasons in Vegas, he played in 16 games, started 3, and posted 13 tackles with 1.5 sacks. Not game-changing numbers, but hey, he finally got on the field. But then came the off-field issues. In December 2023, Robinson was suspended 3 games for violating the league's substance abuse policy. Then, in February 2024, he was arrested in Vegas for misdemeanor DUI after allegedly striking a woman with his vehicle. Look, we're not here to play judge and jury. But we have to talk about it. Because this puts the Chiefs' decision to sign him under a spotlight. Megaphone, talk to me. Do you think teams should steer clear of players with off-field issues, even low-risk guys like Robinson? Or do second chances still matter in the NFL? Let me know in the comments. Backhand index pointing down. Culture matters in Kansas City. That's a fact. We've seen red flag guys turn it around here before. But every situation is different. And this one's fresh. Let's talk football, because that's why he's here. At 6 feet 5 inches, 260 pounds with long arms and burst, Robinson still has a high-ceiling frame. You can't teach size. You can't teach explosion. But you can coach technique. And when you turn on the Raiders tape, you'll see flashes. A decent first step. Power when he's confident. He just hasn't been consistent. Right now, he's not pushing George Karlaftis or Charles Omenihu. Let's be clear on that. But as a rotational DE, especially on early downs or long yardage pass situations, he might carve out a role. Picture this. Chris Jones demands a double team inside. Karlaftis is crashing one edge, and here comes Robinson off the other side with fresh legs and a ridiculous wingspan. You starting to see the vision? What's more important for a backup edge rusher, raw tools or proven production? Comment below, down arrow. Also, don't sleep on special teams. Long, athletic guys like Robinson can block kicks or create havoc on coverage units. He could absolutely make an impact in that phase. At the end of the day, this is a low-risk signing with high upside traits. But here's the real question. Does that upside outweigh the off-field baggage? He's still only 25 years old. There's time for him to turn things around, if he wants it bad enough. And if any team can shape his path, it's the Chiefs, with the culture we've built here. So now it's your turn. Megaphone straight up. Was signing Janarius Robinson a smart move by the Chiefs? Ballot box with ballot, vote in the poll.
Yes. No.
Too early to tell. And if you had someone else in mind who KC should have signed instead, drop that name in the comments. Let's get the debate going. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us every week here on Total Chiefs, where we don't just follow this team. We live it. Let's see what Janarius Robinson does next.